My name is Jeff Lindstrom. I'm a senior designer and creative director at Bean and Stock Natural Playgrounds. We're here today on site going over some of the construction progress. There's a lot of exciting stuff happening as we move towards the completion of the natural playground here on the lower school side. Behind me here to my right, what we're doing right now is we're excavating and creating the border for the base of the hillslide. This big mound of dirt that you see here will eventually build up to the back of that hillslide. So kids can run up here, have some nice green space, then slide down the hill out towards Allen Creek. To my left-hand side here, what you see here is the perimeter for the sand area. One of our focuses in developing sand areas is making sure that they're big enough so they can accommodate a large group of children, and that they have funky and interesting borders so that they can walk along them, sit along them, pull the sand up. But there's lots of different opportunities for kids to engage with each other, but also kind of work independently. You'll see the bridge that will eventually connect a pathway coming through this space that deviates or creates a border between the sand area and the existing swing set. When we went through the design process, the swing set was something that we deemed sacred, that we wanted to keep. In future expansion of phase 2, we'll have another swing set over on the other side, along with a set of monkey bars. Moving back over to this side, what you'll see here, lots of exciting stuff happening today. We've got our 2 boulders in place. These are both granite glacial erratic boulders. We specifically select those so that they have soft edges, but the structural integrity of them is such that they'll last for a long time. They can have lots of kids jumping on them, climbing on them, and they're not going anywhere. Additionally, we've reinforced the bases just so that when we put that net between the two and there's lots of kids climbing on it, there's that added reassurance that they are substantial enough. What you see behind you with the telehandler, we have Mark, who's our site foreman. He's moving 2 pieces of oak that were locally sourced here in Rochester, and those are going to compose our sideways tree mash. And what that is it's a gross motor component that provides children a lot of the same climbing, full body engagement opportunities that a traditional playground equipment might, in a much more open-ended fashion. So there's lots of hand-eye coordination, there's conscious engagement between the mind and the body and how it's moving through space. But then as the kids get older, there's also graduated challenge. So especially at a site like Harley, where we have so many different children of different ages engaging on the space, we want to make sure that the climbing opportunities continue to keep kids engaged over time. If you look over here, obviously moving something this size is no easy feat. What we're trying to do is make sure that we get those in place so that they're positioned to meet all playground safety standards, so that there's no risk for entrapment, crushing, all of our spacing is all appropriate, so that there's no safety concerns. As we continue to move around the space here, I'm going to take you around this existing oak tree. We've worked really hard to make sure that we're preserving the health of all of these trees as we go through construction. In a space like this, that's always part of the design process, is making sure that we respect nature and that we're not destroying nature for the sake of creating a natural playground. I'm going to take you through a little bit of the messy area as construction is ongoing, just along the backside here. And as we move over towards the school, you'll see the creative area and outdoor classroom. And what this is basically an extension of the classroom. We want children to be able to contemplate, to come out here, to sit independently or with a larger group, be able to work on schoolwork, read a book, have a conversation, use the materials that are stored locally for creative expression and different artistic opportunities. But you can imagine on the perimeter here in this organic edge, how you could have a small group of maybe 3 to 5 people, or a large group, or a couple even classrooms sitting along this edge engaging in one activity. So as you can see, there's lots of different behavior settings. There's lots of different opportunities for the kids to engage with throughout this landscape. At the moment, we're working on the lower school side. We've consciously worked from the back side of the site all the way forwards towards the parking lot. The reason why we do that is because when we're doing very detailed log work and we're putting this much, there's this many intricacies as we get along to each border, each edge, each piece of spacing. We want to make sure that we don't mess up the work we've already done when we move heavy machinery from one side to the other. So we're moving and working out this way Once this log work is done, we'll start over on the nursery school, and then the surfacing crew will come in and they'll put in the plant material, the mulch, the stone pathways, and all of those finishing touches so that it really starts to come to fruition as we start to continue to develop over the next few weeks. That's where we're at for now. Stay tuned for another update here coming soon.